Hello, today is the 14th January. This is the first MicroProfile technical call. Please add your name to the minutes and help out with the minutes as well. Okay, let me share my screen. Share. Okay, we have a short agenda today, so hopefully we might be able to finish earlier. The first thing line business MP like a tutorial. Arian Taran joined the MicroProfile marketing call this week and shared his schedule. So basically, he's plan to finish the tutorial as soon as possible. So it's kind of he has done all the update for MP metrics. Now he has a PR on the fault tolerance. It's on my to-do to review it. Please help out if you have any spare time, and the PR is ready for review. And also he created the, I told him, John, basically you have been using the Google Doc. So I asked him basically if we could, if it's not a bigger effort, it would be good to also create a Google Doc. He said it's pretty trivial. So he has created the telemetry, right? MicroProfile telemetry. You already reviewed it, correct?
Well, yeah, sorry for stepping in here, but are you sharing your screen?
Oh, I am. Can
Okay. That's me
can
then.
anybody else see
Yeah.
my screen?
I can see
I
them.
can see your screen.
All right, it's all me. I got too many windows open. It's hiding somewhere. I have to go find it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I just looked at the fault tolerance chapter and I updated the meeting minutes with a link to it, I think.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah, so I did do that. I don't think I did I review the metrics one? I don't recall reviewing a metrics
No
one.
metrics being reviewed. Here
Right.
is you said MP open telemetry.
No, where did I say that?
MP, it should be said MP telemetry. It's not MP open telemetry.
No,
In your
I agree with that.
your email.
Oh, well, that must I meant to say fault tolerance if I said open telemetry. Hold on. No, I don't. Sorry, I'm kind of lost as to what you're referring to. I just reviewed the
Oh,
fault tolerance chapter.
oh, I see. Sorry, I look at the Terrance MP telemetry. So you reviewed okay, because I directly read his message, and then you made and then you commented. Oh, I thought what you mean the MP telemetry. I see. You mean the fault tolerance.
Yeah,
I
I have to review
misunderstanding.
the you know what? I should edit this. Actually, I can't. I should I should reply here. Let me do that.
Yeah, that's fine because he asked about telemetry. You said looks good. I thought you mean
Yeah, my bad, my bad.
no, it's my.
I just replied, sorry, I meant fault tolerance.
Oh,
I'll
okay.
look at the telemetry one today. Sorry, I didn't get caught up over break. He did that one on in during PTO during the holiday break. So
Okay.
so I did fault tolerance. I'll look at open telemetry in the next day or two.
Okay. Sounds great. Yeah. So that's good. I will also take a look top of your review for the fault tolerance. Hopefully we can conclude that this week. That will be good. And then we can move on for the next one. I think he said only 4 left to be done. So it's kind of yeah. Hopefully we'll get that finished by the end of January. That's for tutorial. Anything else people want to bring up? Okay. Also, I will also ask him to put the project, basically the app he used to demonstrate this is in the GitHub repo as well, so people can try it out. The other thing is kind of the technical program plan. So John, this is kind of in the last live hangout, like I brought this up. So for 2025, I think we need to create the issues to track for the 2025.
Oh,
so it's
okay.
in the MicroProfile working group, this one.
I will do that.
Yeah, I think it's the last time you created 2024. I think also we need to review the 2024 ones. So which ones, I mean, completed, we should close it. Which ones is we carry forward?
So the ones that we carry forward, maybe I should have put the date in the subject, or in the title. But I could either change to 2025 or I could remove the date the year from the title.
Yeah, or maybe just say 2024/2025 if it's still applicable.
Because if we don't get it done, then it'll be 2024, 2025, 2026.
If it's run
So
into that, probably is we should close it if we don't do
yeah,
it.
fair point, fair point. Yeah, okay, I'll
Yeah.
update the title and say 24, 25 if they're not done yet.
Yeah. So hopefully we will be able to close some.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, good. Thanks. So for this one, this is kind of evaluate a new spec. Actually, it's a kind of we already have the issue. Maybe that's easily to change that. And then alignment between MicroProfile and Jakarta EE. So we need to really revisit a GWT bridge. So this is pretty much kind of the style now. We haven't got any plan to bring forward, to push forward. And also I think in the past rely on the Liberty folks to basically do the implementation and do the release. But I think probably we have to seek alternatives. You need to basically talk with Sergey and Adam to see what's kind of the plan forward for this. This is the config alignment. This is kind of quite important, actually. I think is once E11 is out, also is kind of the people like in E12, and there's a kind of suggestion what's a config kind of story.
Yeah, I totally agree. At the moment, the people might be blocked because of the Jakarta E11 release and the TCK refactoring and fixing at the moment. But when that is finished, we definitely should work on that. Did anybody join the meeting? I think, was it this week or last week? We have a meeting on the calendar, on the MicroProfile calendar for config discussions. Did anybody attend there?
In the MicroProfile.
Yeah, I think so.
What kind of cool? I'm not aware of it.
Yeah, I don't see it in either
I don't
calendar.
see a MicroProfile calendar.
Then it was on the Jakarta calendar.
Don't think that's still active. But anyway, I'm not on that call. Don't have time for. But I think I think we in MicroProfile we can discuss among ourselves to see what's the kind of what kind of plan we have for this.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at the meeting minutes. And the last meeting was May 11th, 2023. So it was not updated. Assuming they're using the same Google Doc.
Yeah. I will try to find out if the Jakarta site is active, and yeah, then as discussed in the Jakarta platform working group, the idea was to bring the people that driving the config specs in both working groups together. That's especially Roberto and Dimitri. Yeah, and I think there is a way to solve the issues. A few years ago, I think 2 years ago, so 3 years now, Dimitri gave a talk on the EclipseCon, what he would like to do to make progress. That stalled, but maybe there's a way to restart that idea and yeah, bring that aligned to Roberto's ideas, and yeah, setting up a meeting with these people, maybe collecting some of the expectations of the working groups before, and then define what to talk about and how to start that without having a general organization and working group fusion discussion, focusing on the technical part. That would be my goal.
That's very kind of older statement for the kind of a few years old people. The involvement and also the vision, also the requirement has changed. But anyway, I think it's kind of this is still need to be discussed in the future. And the yeah, I'm not sure what the CN4G is relevant anymore because it's pretty much the name.
Yeah, but we have no replacement, and a way to bring both working groups working together on the mailing list. That's still the way to do it, because there's no alternative. So when I do an invitation for these people, especially, then I will also add that mailing list, so nobody got missed on the way to attend that meeting.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Okay, but anyway, last time we left, basically, the people have all the confusions with the CN4G. But anyway, the end goal, to have some conversation, some discussion. So that's for second bulletin item. The third one is kind of the feature, basically gaps, Spring Framework. The feature gaps with Spring Framework. So Emerson sign up for that. So So the following one is the improve alignment with infrastructure for better and user experience. Improvement alignment with, I think for this, one other thing is kind of website update. The other thing is kind of the runtime support later version of Java. I think that's kind of at least from a liberty point of view, we basically trying to support the latest LTS versions with the MicroProfile releases. This is, I believe, is kind of the pretty much is kind of the existing goal. So John is probably is all this the things already existing in the issue. Maybe it's kind of it's a matter of the update issue to have the year.
I mean, I'll look, and if they aren't there, then I'll create them.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
those two, I think, are the same.
Yeah.
Those haven't changed. I'm not sure. I think the only thing that's there is that's new might be MicroProfile AI. I think everything else probably already has an issue. But if not, I'll create it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe it's just this one. And then for the evaluate new spec, it's just like oh, even in the evaluate new specs, I think like we have a kind of issue already, even for that evaluate. So this one. So in that, I think I added a comment about AI as well. So this is pretty much kind of relevant.
Yeah, I'll look at it and,
Yeah.
and you know, make a judgment call as to whether or not to update an issue or create a new issue.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, John. So this is the program plan, and then hopefully we kind of just evaluate that and then track progress. The third item, report migration. John, would you like to say something?
Well, so Emily and I, mostly 90% Emily, have been working with the Eclipse team on migrating repos away from the Eclipse. Sorry, I'm hitting a mind blank account back over to the MicroProfile account, and I think I brought this up in previous meetings. 90% Emily did a sample migration of open tracing, and after some issues, uh, unrelated to the migration, mainly due to its age, it actually migrated fine and didn't run into any issues. So what I'd like to do is send an email or reply to the issue, the Eclipse Foundation's Git issue, or GitLab issue, I can't remember, and tell them go ahead and migrate the rest. So are there any issues with us replying, hey, go ahead and migrate the rest? I think I'll send a post up to the Google group saying, hey, this is going to happen, so don't be surprised. But does anyone here have any kind of thoughts about approving the Git repo migration to the MicroProfile working group Git? Sorry, I don't want to keep saying account, but it's like off the top of my head. Any thoughts?
Ed did a comment on the last meeting last week regarding that transition, right? And I got some invitations to join a new organization with my GitHub account. But they are only valid for a few days, I think. The organization members need to be transferred to that new organization, and that could be automated. I think that was Ed's comment he made last week.
Yeah, do you remember off the top of your head with the migration? And I know Roberto's done this. Are committers also migrated as part of the automation?
Yeah, I think so. I think a committer will also get migrated. Also in the last week's call, John, we discussed in the past we have one committer list. So once you become a MicroProfile committer, you have a committer right for all of the MicroProfile specs. In
Right.
Jakarta EE is per project, basically you have a committer right for one particular project. So they manage the committer list individually. For MicroProfile, because it's the historic reasons, we basically manage one list. So once we have done the migration, so each project could have a individual committer list. Now the question is, do we want, I don't know whether it's infrastructure, Eclipse infrastructure can do it or not. What's our preferences? Do we want to have one single committer list? So once is you elect to be one project, so you have the committer access to all the projects, or each project have their own committer list.
I'm pretty sure you could create an organization list that gives everybody in that list authorization to commit. So you still have to manage a list, but it's managed at the GitHub organization level.
Or organize. Now is maybe we should ask a question to the working to the Google group. So what's people's preferences? Is it the continue as before?
My recollection from the last conversation was they wanted to keep it exactly as it is.
Right.
So if I was doing this, I would say create a master list that has everybody in it, and then if people decide so get everybody migrated over with the same, as close to the same set of authorizations as you had, and then decide if you want to start, refining the commits, the committer permission.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good to me. John, you read that first.
First of all, thanks, Ed, for using the word organization. It was on the tip of my tongue. I kept calling it account. I couldn't remember. Sorry, it was a moment of mental weakness there.
I used I call them GHOs.
So we've kept things under one GitHub organization, and all the projects fall under that for many reasons over in the past, even when we first created MicroProfile. So it's the simplicity of managing it. It's the fact that we see MicroProfile not necessarily as a collection of things, but more as one thing. So I prefer that we just leave it the way it is. When you have committer rights, you can commit to any spec. It's worked so far as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm okay with that as well. So we can tell. So John, in that issue, yeah, maybe mention this to see what Eclipse Foundation can do it or not. Okay, John, no, Yan.
Yeah, I would agree. We should keep it at the moment, because the difference between Microsoft and Jakarta is also that you have the right to vote on all the specs. So you need to review them also when you're a member of the steering committee. Therefore, it might sense to keep it as it is. From the security perspective, of course, you can shrink the blast radius if some account is hijacked. Yeah, but I don't know if that is necessary to do it now.
What do you mean hijack?
If somebody's GitHub account is hijacked, you can not only make contributions in a bad way to a single project, you can do it to all the projects at the same time. So discovering that is more difficult, but yeah, it's always traceable. So I think we can keep it for the moment. But if that becomes an issue, that might be a way to separate concerns of component specs.
Okay, sounds good. So I have not heard anything said otherwise.
Yeah, the situation is a little bit better because everybody requires two-factor authentication, which makes it difficult to just hijack a password and then have access as a committer to a repository.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. Okay, so that means, so John, so you can go ahead to add the other comment on that GitLab issue, right? And with our kind of the request to keep the committer list for all the MicroProfile specs, and also go ahead to do the migration. But once
Yeah, I apologize. Yeah, first I'm going to send a note off kind of forewarning people that this is going to happen, and pending any negative comments, then I'll go ahead and update the Git ticket. So
okay, and then we need to communicate back to the community once the migration start. I don't know how long. Maybe it's a kind of maybe it's very quickly. Yeah, and then we just like people have to freeze for a bit. Okay, great. Thank you, John. So you add your action to that list. Okay, so next line like item is MP 7.1 release. So far, I think I have heard also Martin is not on the call today. So it's I heard Health is going to do a update, and MicroProfile telemetry is going to do an update. I talked to the OpenAPI folks, and they said they might not be able to do it in the 1Q. Anyway, they will do whatever they can. If they couldn't make it, they will not get the OpenAPI update to be included in the MP 7.1. For JWT, so John, can you talk with Sergey to see whether you want to do a JWT update? So John, you are on mute if you are talking.
yeah, I had a very insightful comment. Sorry. So was JWT the next release a major breaking change release? I think it might have been.
Yeah, that might be true if they remove, however, if they remove things, I think ideally they should have the JWT bridge spec released, and then they can remove the bit included in the JWT bridge and properly tidy it up.
Well, the bridge is a standalone spec, right?
Yes. I think the bit they want to put in the bridge is an optional bit.
Okay. The thinking I had as I was asking the question is what we could do is release a 7.1 with just health and telemetry and then have a follow-on release, whether it's a minor or a major, TBD, be OpenAPI and JWT.
Yeah, we could do that.
Right, that gets us to 2 releases per year. Not that we, I just want to do releases for the sake of releases, but I'm still trying to get it out of the mentality that we have to have these huge releases, right?
Yeah.
We've had releases in the past with one minor update to a spec, right? It was more of a train model as opposed to a release-oriented model.
Yeah, if we basically it's kind of have a business need, we should basically not worry about little things. However, if something important to be released, we should do that.
Mm.
I think that could work if we do this. The other thing is kind of the last time we mentioned about the basically the Jakarta MicroProfile TTK. So I think in the last time Roberto brought up Jakarta MicroProfile TTK artifacts, JR artifacts. So there's a kind of there is a conclusion. So basically, we had a long conversation. This is on the Jakarta spec committee. So it's kind of the plan is Ed Burns and Eva are going to push like E11 and E10 GRs to Maven Central. So it's so at the moment they are working on it, and they start with E11 first. They have not. Oh, I wasn't on today's call. Have they pushed the E11 GRs to Maven Central? So Ed, do you know?
I don't know. I could.
In the meeting today, they talked about it, and I think there are some issues. And Eva
Oh,
did not
right. There was
succeed.
some change that they lost the certificate. They have to recreate it. So.
Oh, they need to recreate it. Okay. So basically, this good news is they are on it. So so the plan is to push E11 first, and then we do the same thing for E10.
So
So
maybe what I can do here, because I'd like to put a stake in the ground here in order for us to make a Q1, is, I could chat with Sergey on JWT, get a definitive answer for OpenAPI. We've got health and telemetry, I think, committing to a release. So if we can get the artifacts pushed to Maven Central, then that could give us a compatible implementation for a Q1 release, assuming that we could do that kind of in parallel. So do we think the artifacts can be pushed in Q1 so people can run the TCKs?
I think they will be able to, hopefully they will be able to find out in the next couple of days to see whether they could easily do that. So it's, I think it's by the time next week, we should be able to have some, I will follow up with that and Eva and check on this progress. And I think it's at this moment in time, I think it's better to engage basically it's Quarkus to be able to run the TCKs and etc. Okay, so that's good. It's kind of the we see in progress. Are there any other things that people want to bring up? So the final item is kind of the standalone spec pages. So it's the kind of we have like component spec pages all created, all done. So that's pretty good. And the next thing to happen is to create spec pages for some standalone specs. So I send an email to the Google group. I know it's the people request for GraphQL. However, nobody gear up to do any GraphQL kind of basically adding any kind of the links and etc. If nobody responded, I think I will see maybe next week I will get some time trying to come up with all the links and etc. and to create a GraphQL and reactive messaging. If anyone has a spare kind of time, please help out. So it's pretty much adding on the links and etc. I think I will copy some GraphQL statement from the spec and as a draft. And then if people don't like it, and then they can raise the issue and have it updated, because nobody seems to want to do anything. Yeah, getting started. Are there anything else people want to comment?
No.
Okay. Are there any Luis, I don't know, it's the last time we talk about the starter. I don't know whether you had any time to look at the issues or PRs.
Yeah, I can take a look this, not this week, but next one, because this week I think Alfonso is trying to do something there. And yeah, I will talk with him to see what he did and where can I continue or contribute with.
You talk with who? Alfonso.
Alfonso, yeah,
Yeah.
he's out today, but tomorrow I think he's back. So I will talk with him tomorrow and see what are the next steps on what he did. Well,
Okay. Gonna start running. So, Songtail was disabled for a long time, many years, right? Okay, great. Thank you, Luis.
you're
We'll follow up next time. So that's all from me. Are there any other items people or comments people want to bring up? Yeah, if not, you have 16 minutes back. Thank you all. That's I forgot to say Happy New Year. Happy New Year again.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye
Happy
bye.
New Year, everyone.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.